A lot of people asking basically some variation of how do Democrats win again? The 2016 election wasn't just disappointing for Democrats, but in the Senate and the House as well, a lot of state level races too. There's obviously a lot of opposition to Trump, and that is driving this resistance movement. But what can the Democratic Party do to win again?
So, if you ask people in Connecticut what Donald Trump stood for in this election, they could tell you pretty quickly, right? They could tell you he stands for a wall. He wants, he doesn't want Muslims to enter the United States. He wants to beat the hell out of China. If I asked him what Hillary Clinton was for, he'd have a little bit harder time, right? And I think this is the most important question for Democrats. What are we for, and how do we clearly articulate what we're for? And I think that's a really important question when it comes to the resistance, because the temptation in opposing Trump will be to oppose everything. And I think if you are clear about what you are for, it will tell you what to fight and what to let go. And so here's my theory of the case as to what Democrats should be for. I think it's been super confusing about Democrats' economic messaging, because half the time we talk about economic growth and half the time we talk about economic fairness.
Right.
I think we've got to make a choice. I would argue that we should be for economic growth. And economic fairness is a component of economic growth, right? You can't have true economic growth if you don't have rules of the road that allow everybody to have a chance at opportunity. But we should be talking about growing the economy and all the ways that we are going to help grow the economy. Second, we should be a party of inclusion. We should be a party that stands for a country that accepts everybody. And all of the individual fights to protect immigrants, to protect African-American voting rights fall underneath that rubric. But I think that's a pretty great way to frame the Democratic message. It's simple. We are a party of economic growth for everybody, not just millionaires and billionaires, and we are a party of a country that includes everybody. And if we just say that over and over and over again, I think that scratches a lot of voters where they itch. It allows us to filter in our messages underneath us, and it'll tell us the things to fight, right? Like a Muslim ban, like a big trickle-down tax cut, and it'll frankly tell us the things not to fight, like Ivanka Trump and Nordstrom's and crowd sizes, right? And I think that ultimately is the key to whether Democrats take power. Are we disciplined in our positive message, and are we disciplined because of that positive message in the things that we fight and the things that we perhaps let go?